we don't get out that much.
Yeah.
But, you know, and it's $70-odd a ticket or whatever they're saying, and oh my God, I just couldn't believe it.
How disappointing. Oh, yeah, okay. Bit of turkey action happening there, that's for sure. All right, well, we've got so many calls coming in. I'm not going to announce a winner now. I might take some more calls a little bit later on. So hold tight, wait till after 3:30, and I'll take some more turkey calls. There have been some strong contenders there. I'm not willing to give a winner away just yet, but I will be giving one away before the program finishes at 4 o'clock. But now it's time for the 3 o'clock news.
Local news and information first. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
A possible light shower this afternoon, showers tomorrow 17. With the 3 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
Help the Jodie Lee Foundation fight bowel cancer. Round up your purchases in June at Star Discount Chemists.
The Reserve Bank has kept interest rates on hold for its 5th meeting in a row. More from Zach De Silva.
The RBA board has been meeting for the last 2 days and has decided to keep the official cash rate steady at 4.35%. The Reserve Bank warns inflation is still too high and the jobs market is remaining tight. In its statement, the board acknowledges households are cutting back on some spending but says the economic outlook is still highly uncertain. Analysts believe interest rates won't be cut until at least later this year, while the RBA isn't ruling anything in or out.
It was the SA Liberals' turn today to outline their economic blueprint for the state. Opposition leader David Spears delivered his budget reply. A Liberal government would axe the GP payroll tax and order a royal commission into nuclear energy. Treasurer Stephen Mulligan has raised a few red flags with Stacey Lee.
What we're concerned about is we're going to see a return to form from David Spears, what he was like under the previous Liberal government, where they cut a whole range of government services and at the same time increased taxes like land tax.
E-scooters and other privately owned mobility devices could soon be legally allowed on our roads and footpaths. The state government's introducing legislation to Parliament after public consultation found people were broadly supportive. Transport Minister Tom Koutsantonis says it'll allow people to use privately owned e-scooters without needing a licence or registration.
The big question for us was insurance, how we treat these things. So we treat them the same way we treat bicycles and e-bicycles, and that is it's up to the owner, if they wish to get public liability insurance.
The opposition's Vincent Tarzia says they'll be examining the bill.
We'll be supporting the legislation, but of course some people may want the option to have insurance, and I know that there are insurance schemes that do exist in this state, and I can't see any reason why those wouldn't optionally be brought here as well.
China's Premier has addressed a round table of company executives, saying there are boundless business opportunities between our two nations. Li Chung is in Perth on the final day of his visit to Australia. He toured a lithium facility and attended a community banquet. Speaking through a translator, Premier Li says there's room to grow the relationship between our countries.
In sectors such as artificial intelligence, quantum technology and life science, our two countries have a fairly solid foundation, so now we need to strengthen forward-looking planning.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Get 3 years free scheduled servicing or $2,000 off in-stock vehicles at Wayville Hyundai. T's and C's apply.
Crows CEO Tim Silvers has launched a thorough review of the club's football department staff and structure in the wake of their woeful season. But it won't impact senior coach Matthew Nix. He has the club's full support. Meantime, Taylor Walker is confident he'll be ready to return from his back injury after the bye. Well, the AFL Tribunal will sit tonight. Port Adelaide will challenge a one-match suspension handed to Vice-Captain Zach Butters. He was suspended for striking GWS's Tom Green. Port face the Lions at home on Saturday. Brisbane's Harris Andrews will play his 200th AFL game at Adelaide Oval, the first player from the Lions Academy to achieve the milestone.
Yeah, very proud. Obviously, it's such a great program, and I was probably a little bit different to a lot of academy guys coming through. I wasn't sort of there from the age of 12. I jumped in pretty late when I was 17, and I really flourished, I feel, in that space.
That's sport. Now checking 5AA traffic.
G'day there, seeing a car fire to look out for Frederick Road near West Lakes Boulevard, at Salisbury Smash and Park Terrace near Paternoster Row. Slow for works at Largs Bay, Military Road near Kalgoorlie Road, and getting busy south road at Glandore. Road plates are usually really bumpy and speeds reduced. Cameras today, Arthur Street, Tranmere and Bagster Road at Salisbury North. From school drop-off to the beach, everywhere is an adventure with the 7-seat Isuzu MUX. Visit your local Isuzu ute dealer today to discover the range. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
EOFY is on at Edwardstown Mazda. They won't be beaten on price or service. Visit Edwardstown Mazda today.
A possible light shower this afternoon. Showers tomorrow, 17. Thursday, showers and 15. Friday, a shower or two, 17. Right now, it's 15 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, see the senseless smash and grab on a southern suburbs bakery. Only on 9, the new breast screening for SA women detecting hidden cancers. Plus, the new phone app detecting the subtle signs of stroke before it's too late. And inside the dress rehearsal for the Olympics opening, Paris promising perfection. 9 News, your news nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
The 5AA Sports Show. Stephen Rowe and Tim Jennifer.
Port lost to GWS away by 22 points. Timmy, it's a little bit same old, same old.
Look, it is.
How'd you see it?
The words I wrote down afterwards, and then they came flooding in on the phone calls as well. Lethargic, uninspiring. I wrote the tackling was poor. We had, I would say, an average day in the midfield.
The 5AA Sports Show.
It's a trend that keeps happening that we've got to be able to stop.
Weekdays from 4 p.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Whether you're moving house, moving materials or moving people, calling Budget Car and Truck Rental is always your best move. Our huge range of vehicles make any move smooth, with trucks, vans, cars, utes, hybrids, 12 to 25-seater buses and more. Find your nearest Budget in the Adelaide CBD, Salisbury, Clemzig, Wingfield, Mailstone, Morfett Vale or the airport. Budget Car and Truck Rental. Get to the good stuff. Call 13 27 27 or visit budget.com.au.
Here's 2 reasons to rush into Formula Honda. 1. Enjoy reduced drive-away prices on select grades for the Honda ZR-V and CR-V only while stocks last. 2. Get a bonus 8 years warranty and 8 years roadside assist on select grades until the end of this financial year. Hurry into Formula Honda while stocks and savings last. Find us at Glen Osmond Road, Glen Osmond or North East Road, Modbury. T's and C's apply.
NRG Solar knows that solar isn't just about panels. It's about future-proofing. Start your journey to self-sufficiency today. Be the visionary. Take charge. NRG Solar's new warehouse is fully stocked with a stunning range of wholesale solar and battery equipment. See it for yourself. Discover the power of solar at NRG Solar. Call 1300 858 160 or visit nrgsolar.com.au and make tomorrow brighter. That's nrgsolar.com.au.
Over 50 and ready to dive into something amazing? This is for you. We're planning for your future with 2 new over 50s lifestyle resorts in Goolwa and Encounter Bay. With our vision for world-class facilities and endless activities, your next phase of life could deliver your best years yet with pools, gymnasiums, bowling, greens and more. Visit our new display centre at 1 Banfield Road, Goolwa North or check out lakesideresort.com.au or oceanviewresort.com.au.
At SA Lounge Suites, we literally have SA's biggest lounge rooms under 2 roofs. Anzac Highway, Keswick and Jeps Cross Home HQ. Discover fabulous sofas, modulars, chase sofas and timber furniture where comfort meets style. And you can test each piece. Our range boasts a diverse range of colours, timbers and coverings to suit your space and place perfectly, including Australian made. Furnish your family or dining room or craft a home theatre with SA Lounge Suites. Anzac Highway, Keswick and Jeps Cross Home HQ.
All over Australia, homeowners are saving money with a free Bendigo Bank home loan health check. Whether it's refinancing, investing in new property, or lowering your loan repayments. Let Bendigo Bank give your home loan a full check-up to make sure it's still right for you and your needs. New or existing customers, find your better home loan at Bendigo Bank. The better big bank. Lending criteria, terms, conditions, fees and charges apply.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA. Always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
afternoon and happy Tuesday to you. I am Stacey Lee with you for afternoons, and we are now live on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream. After 3:30, opera in the pub. How does that sound to you? Maybe you like opera, but not the pub so much. Or maybe you're the opposite. Maybe you like the pub, but you haven't had much to do with opera. Well, those two worlds are colliding, and you are going to hear from an Adelaide-based opera singer, soprano, Jessica Mills. She's going to bring you a bit of opera in the pub here in the 5AA studio after 3:30. And if you were listening before the 3 o'clock news, you would have heard we started Turkey Tuesday. It's gone off today. I have not given Turkey Tuesday out yet, the prize, that is. We had so many calls that we're going to continue it after 3:30 as well. So get thinking if you've got a turkey you'd like to nominate this week, and if you want a case of Turkey Flat Vineyard Rosé in a can, trust me, it's a really good wine, and it's just as good in the can as it is in the bottle. If you want to win a case of it, make sure you get on the phone. 8223 0000 is the number to call to nominate a turkey today. But now we are talking about the art of pastry making.
5AA's State of the Arts.
And joining me in the studio is the Sugar Man, Alex Crawford. What a title. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Stacey. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Really well, thank you.
Are you exhausted?
Absolutely. Not going to lie, yeah.
So for those who haven't heard of the Sugar Man, tell us.
We run a bakery or a patisserie on Hutt Street, which is on 197 Hutt Street, so we're right next to Chibo. And we're open Friday, Saturday and Sunday. It's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We make as much as we can. It's literally a three-person team. So I've got my chocolatier, my pastry sous chef and myself. And yeah, we just get up early in the morning and do as much as we can. We change the menu every week because I just love all the pressure in my life to change the menu. But no, what I love about it is that we get to use everything that's in season, and we get to rotate a few things just to change it up. But yeah, it's fun. The results are fantastic. Hopefully they're delicious, and what we'll hope we deliver is good. But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people would say, yes, it is delicious. Yes, it's absolutely good, because I was talking to Matt Pantelis about it earlier. He lives in that part of the city. And I said to him, I'm talking to Alex Crawford, the Sugar Man. And he goes, oh, the lineup. And I said, yes, the lineup. Because if you ever drive down Hutt Street on a Saturday or Sunday morning and you see people lining up, you'd think, oh my goodness, is there a sale on? Like, remember when the Nikes would come out and there'd be lines or Pokemon or whatever it is, some sort of product. When it goes on sale, there's always a big lineup. The new Apple, there's always a lineup outside the Apple store. But this is every weekend. People line up down Hutt Street to get one of your pastries. And I was doing some research and reading some reviews, and a writer in Melbourne had said you were your croissants or your pastries are better than Loon croissant. And to anyone, it's kind of one of those, if you know, you know. If you're in Melbourne and you go to Loon croissant, there's also a line. But how did that feel to be called better than Loon?
I disagree personally. I think I just do what I like to do. I think a lot of people might disagree with that, and that's fine. But in my opinion, I just bake what I like to bake. Yeah. If I'm serving something to you, this is what I think. This is what I like. This is what I'm happy to eat when I'm alone, when I'm with people, or with whatever the case, or selling to the public. It's me. I hate to say this, it's me on a plate, which is just so generic, MasterChef, and I hate it, but it is honestly the truth. It's every pastry chef is different. So if someone says someone's better than Loon, but you shouldn't say that in a way, because every pastry chef is different. It's like comparing you to another radio presenter. You can't really do that, because
don't do that.
No, exactly.
I don't want to hear about that.
This is my point. Like, everyone has a different personality. If you compare me to Kate from Loon, completely different upbringings, completely different families, different states. We've got different training. We've got different ways of making and presenting pastries. So it's lovely to hear it from someone, but from me, it's interesting. Yeah, it's a bit hard for me to come up, but I take it. Obviously, it's a compliment, and I appreciate that. But to me, there are some fantastic bakeries out there. For me, Monforte, and which is near Loon in Fitzroy, they make knockout pastries. AP Bakery in Sydney, amazing pastries. But all I would say to people is don't compare, just try. Like you can't compare different, like it's like comparing different chefs or restaurants. They're all different. It's like comparing Chianti to Guy Grossi in Melbourne. They're both Italian legacy of families, but they're completely different and polar opposites. So I just say try bakery, try for what it is, because we're all different.
And now you said you're only open a few days a week and you make as much as you can for those 3 days that you're open. But you also have a really limited menu, maybe 6 items per weekend max? Yeah. Why is that?
Because I don't want to spread myself too thin. If I do so many products...
Is that a pastry pun?
Yes. Was it good?
Yeah, it was. Yes. You just slipped it in now.
Yeah, I know, I had to. Yep. I didn't want to overwhelm. The problem is when you go to a lot of some bakeries I've seen, they do about 20 and you just get overwhelmed. And you just, it does. You just go, some people just want 1 or 2. But if you've got 10, 15 different items, it is quite overwhelming for a customer. So I just wanted to do 6. And with the rotating menu, it's easier to do 6 and then bring some back if they're popular. But yeah, I just wanted to do 6, make the produce sing. And not only that, let the croissant do the talking as well.
And I do want to talk to you about the produce in just a moment, so we will. And Alex has been kind enough to bring me in some of his chocolate today, so I'm going to try it. It's croissant crunch chocolate. And this was, I guess, the origins of your story, so we'll talk about that in just a moment as well.
Here I am, I'm a man on the scene.
Kia's most awarded SUV just got better. Get ready for the new, refined 7-seat Kia Sorento. Now with a dual 12.3-inch panoramic display and Kia Connect technology. Visit kia.com.au to find out more.
Kia. Movement that inspires. The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell and O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell and O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell and O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family owned and operated, because it's personal.
If you own an electric vehicle, you know how incredible they are. Or if you're thinking of buying one, it is a great move, but what's not so great is running out of charge. Or driving around town or the suburbs praying you can find a charge station that's not already in use before you run out of juice. And that's the hard part, isn't it? Because every EV charging station I drive past at the moment has someone plugged in and someone else waiting to plug in. And that's why it's best to get in touch with BC EV Chargers. Fully qualified electricians, BC EV Chargers specialise in all makes of electric vehicle charging systems. And because no two systems are the same, they're happy to discuss the best system for your situation. In fact, they're certified experts in the field of electric vehicle charging, working with brands like RAA and ChargeFox. So if you drive an EV, the message is simple. Charge at home and you're free to roam with BC EV Chargers. Visit bcevchargers.com.au.
Travel beyond ordinary with Talc and Phil Hoffman Travel. Talc's award-winning and enriching guided tours, small ship river cruises and family travel take you to all 7 continents. They have authentic experiences on and off the beaten path, exclusive access, insider perspectives, premium hotel stays and local cuisines. Whether you're exploring iconic cities, European waterways or an African safari, Talc's passion for travel ensures every detail is considered. Phil Hoffman Travel, pht.com.au.
Now let's see what's in the swear jar at Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens. Oh, wrong swear jar. This is it. From Martin the Tiler, affectionately known as Millimetre Martin. He swears you'll love his millimetre perfect craftsmanship. And here's one from Rick the Plumber. Rick swears to always clean up after himself, guaranteed. For a team that swears to deliver on quality and service, see Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens, Adelaide's home renovation experts.
Could you go 31 days without alcohol? Go dry this July and help raise funds for people affected by cancer. It's a small sacrifice to show your support. This is why we dry July. Sign up today at dryjuly.com.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
It is 20 minutes past 3 here on 5AA. Very soon, opera in the pub. Is it something you've thought of or something you've seen before? Maybe not, but there was an opera in the pub that took place earlier in the year and it was sold out. It went nuts, so there will be more of them coming up. I'll tell you all about it very soon. But we're in the middle of State of the Arts and we're talking about the art of pastry making with the sugar man, Alex Crawford. Alex, thank you for hanging around.
Thank you.
Now, you've brought me some chocolate here.
Yes, I did.
Some croissant crunch milk chocolate. I
Yeah.
mean, it sounds like heaven. And I'm going to try it. But tell me, while I try it, can you tell me a little bit about your origin story? Because you really started in chocolate, not pastry, didn't you?
Yeah, so originally when I'll give you a bit of the background of how we started, really condense it. Probably in 2013, I started just doing stuff for cafes. Then,
Sorry, but how do you get the croissant inside to stay crunchy?
Oh, so we just chop up all the croissants in the shop. What we have, if we have anything left over, or if there's some dodgy looking ones, we don't waste it. Everything gets turned into our chocolate, so no wastage.
Oh, I love that.
Chop into pieces. We coat it in almost like a basic sugar syrup, and then we just caramelize it down for about 3 to 4 hours, really slow, low and slow, until it just goes really crunchy, almost like a cornflake kind of vibe, but buttery.
Because I wasn't expecting it to be so crunchy inside.
Yeah, so we
Wow.
the biggest thing when you're looking at chocolate is texture.
Yeah.
So whenever you're eating a chocolate, it sounds a bit silly, but from a chef point of view, you want people. We call it the half bar test. So when we make and design something, if we can get through half a bar without noticing, it's on the it goes on the menu because it means other people will find the same, and it's almost that addictive texture or flavor. But in this case, if you have a boring chocolate bar, you have 2 squares and you go, that's fine. But when you add a texture to it, be it crunchy or it could be gooey, it does get to that point. You have another row and another row and another row.
That's so true.
So texture is a big part in with us, in both pastries and chocolate. But in this case, we just chop up and then we caramelize it, and then we throw it through some 50% milk chocolate. And it's almost to be a representation of a crunch bar, like that, the Nestle Crunch Bar, but with buttery, really gooey kind of vibes to it.
It's really good. So sorry, I rudely interrupted you.
No.
Telling us about your origin story.
You're never interrupting me if we're talking about chocolate. That's no such thing. But we do, just digressing quickly, we do, the other flavours we've done is marmalade on croissant. So we make our own marmalade. We use my grandmother's 67-year-old oranges from an orange tree. Both for the nostalgia effect from me that I've grown up with it, but her oranges are thin, they're thin peel and thin skin with really big acidity. So almost like even when they're ripe, they've got a real lemony acidity. So when we were growing up, we used to have quite sharp orange juice compared to what
I bet.
So it was completely different to what we're growing, but it makes amazing marmalade. So we throw that in the middle of the chocolate bar, and then we cap it with crunchy pieces of croissant.
How good's that?
Yeah, so it's like a Jaffa.
That must mean so much.
It does. So it's because something that my grandfather used to have. We didn't have much dessert, but it would be maybe a spoonful of marmalade or a spoonful of honey. That was his dessert after dinner. So yeah, but yeah, my favourite flavour is Jaffa. I love orange and chocolate. So it's a bit of a play on it.
And that is not, that's not rare for you to be using produce that really means a lot to you or local, because when you and I were talking a couple of weeks ago on the phone, you said, I'm just out visiting producers, can I call you back? And I thought, producers, what are you talking about? And you were out visiting producers to work out what pastries you were going to make that weekend.
So lucky enough, I live near the Adelaide Hills, so I have that luck to go out and just see what's going on. I was just racing around, I was going around to meet some honey producers. I was getting some local honey. We use a beautiful place called Buzz Runners. They're amazing quality honey. It's just that kind of, that's what we're lucky about being in South Australia, and that's what I love about it. It's 20 minutes within the centre, and you can go anywhere. We're lucky to have some beautiful farmers who are producing some quality things from Adelaide Hills or the Barossa, from Clare Valley or Gawler. We're certainly lucky. to a point we were using pistachios from Gula, beautiful quality, bright green, stunning. Sometimes we use our signature almond. Our signature almond and croissant. We use almonds from Willunga, from Taronga Almonds.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful family, incredible quality almonds. So yeah, I'm proud to be a South Australian. I'm proud of what the producers and the farmers and the artisans that we have here, and I just want to represent everything we have.
Yeah, well, you're doing it beautifully.
Oh, thank you.
And you were talking about, you travel around and you keep everything in season as well. I guess that's why you rotate your menu.
Absolutely. So this weekend we've got one using the oranges are in season. So the oranges I was talking about from my grandmother's garden, they're in season. So we've got to make probably about 30 kilos of marmalade for the year. So that's how we do it. So once
Does she keep up with that? How many oranges does she have?
At the moment, the possums are getting them, so I've got to be really quick.
Oh,
so,
quick!
Yeah, I know. It's been a really good year this year, so we're probably going to get about maybe 50 kilos. Wow. So yeah,
from your grandma. That's awesome.
It's incredible. So we've just got to pick those. We're doing a take on a Jaffa in a Danish. So
is this a sneak peek of this weekend's menu? Oh, tell us what's on this weekend's menu.
So we're doing a Danish with chocolate custard inside, which we're baking, and then once that's baked out, we fill it with orange curd from the said oranges, flourless orange cake with the said oranges, with a chocolate cremeux. Cremeux is like a posh French word for like a soft custardy ganache kind of thing.
Oh, whatever it is, sounds amazing.
Yeah, just chocolate goodness, and then with some extra zested oranges, bit of sea salt, boom.
Oh, that's amazing. And so what else is on the menu this weekend?
We've got a few, we do savouries as well, even though I'm called the Sugar Man. We do a few savouries because we've got a few savoury heads through the door.
Yeah.
I actually love making savouries as much as I love being a pastry chef.
I'm a savoury gal.
Yeah.
Your gyros.
Yeah.
You did a gyros, was it a scrolly?
Yeah, we did we do scrolly sandwiches. So essentially it's a croissant scrolly, and that we cut it open like a scroll, and then we cut it open and we just fill it with sandwich goodness. So
good.
Everything's made to order. So anytime you come into the door and you order a sandwich, everything's made straight then and there. Nothing's sitting in the fridge. Nothing's sitting beforehand. It's go, go, go.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So
fresh.
this weekend, anything else? You said you have some mushrooms.
Yeah, we're doing the mushroom ragu. So all the mushrooms we get from is Mushroom Man in the Central Market from Marco. Amazing quality mushrooms. And yeah, just a slow braise with La Casa del Formaggio mascarpone. Just, yeah, really simple but big Italian flavours. It's one of those for the meatheads that want meat, but it's all pure vegetarian goodness.
And now I want to ask you as well, Alex, we are almost out of time, but I've got friends that when they come interstate, they want to come and get something from the Sugar Man. We touched on Loon earlier. We haven't even spoken about your collaboration with Adriano Zumbo that happened on the weekend. Will you stay in Adelaide sometimes when we get someone doing awesome stuff here?
No, I love
interstate?
I love it here. I've got my family here. I think as I said before, and I touched base on it, we have amazing farmers, we have amazing chefs, we have amazing artisans, we have phenomenal produce. I don't want to move away from that. To have that close-knit community, you can't buy that.
Yeah.
You can't buy that. And not only that, I love South Australia. So yeah, I will never. You won't see me moving.
Okay, good. We want to keep you here, especially if it means more of this delicious chocolate.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
I know. I've got to bring in the next ones for you. We'll bring some other ones so you can try.
I need to try the marmalade.
Yeah, the marmalade and the almond croissant one that we do.
Oh.
The almond croissant chocolate bar.
Stop it! You know the way to my heart. I'm going to keep eating this. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Stacey. Appreciate it.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you,
Alex Crawford, the Sugar Man. There, while I eat my chocolate, you're off to news headlines, and then after that, we're talking about opera in the pub.
Tap into big savings with Solar Heart Hot Water. Get a $400 trade-in on your old hot water system right now. Then enjoy energy savings for years to come. That's right. For a limited time, all Solar Heart water heaters, including solar, Atmos heat pumps, and Power Store Solar Smart electric systems, come with a $400 trade-in on top of generous government incentives. Stop pouring money down the drain with your old water heater. Get smart. Get Solar Heart. Terms and conditions apply.
Sorrow is the sucker punch that takes the wind out of you. Just when you start to focus again, grief cloaks you in darkness. But then you feel yourself lifted into the light. Distinctive Funerals By your side, helping you cherish your life. distinctivefunerals.com.au.
Use your My Aged Care or NDIS funding wisely with Care Alert, a South Australian family-owned company. Dealing locally ensures top quality service. Our 24/7 monitored personal alert system includes fall detection and GPS location, offering you ultimate safety and peace of mind. And it could be free through My Aged Care or NDIS. Call 1300 75 85 95 or visit carealert.com.au. That's carealert.com.au.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. SA Health has announced a local case of measles. It's a 1-year-old boy from metropolitan Adelaide who recently returned from overseas. The Reserve Bank has left interest rates on hold today at 4.35%. It was the Liberals' turn today to outline their economic blueprint for the state, Opposition leader David Spears delivering his budget reply. And in sport, Port's Zach Butters will face the AFL Tribunal tonight. The 5AA forecast, a possible light shower this afternoon, showers tomorrow 17. Right now it's 15 degrees. We'll have more news at 4 and as it happens on 5AA.
Cup of tea, dear? The kettle's on. Would you like a cup of tea, love? Cup of tea, dear.
What? If you're concerned about hearing loss for a loved one, book an appointment with Can Do Hearing. candohearing.com.au. That sounds better.
Fresh Front. It's like renovating the outside of your home without the renovation. Fresh Front is Adelaide's #1 rated pressure cleaning company, making tired homes and businesses look new again. It's the proven and most cost-effective way to make a huge change in the appearance of your property, including pavers, driveways, retaining walls, roofs, even windows. Getting set for sale, cleaning up for a celebration, or home maintenance. freshfront.com.au. Looks like new.
Treat your family and friends to something a little fancy from FIVEAA, your family liquor stores. If you relish your winter reds and you like them full-bodied, we have SA-made Shiraz, Cabernet Sauvignon and Malbec for you. A great way to warm up is with a dram of whiskey, and we have many great Australian distilleries with their own distinct flavours. Beer tastes change too, but you're covered with local craft stouts and porters. FIVEAA, your local independent SA family liquor store for over 45 years.
Live, local. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
Good afternoon and happy Tuesday to you. It's 28 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. I'm Stacey Lee and we're live on the Foodland Supermarket's Facebook and YouTube live stream. And trust me, you're going to want to jump on because very soon we're going to be treated to some opera. Jessica Mills is in the studio with me. She's part of the State Opera. She's an Adelaide-based soprano and she's going to be doing opera in the pub. Jessica, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming in.
Oh, no worries.
The last two things I expected to be put together at an event is opera and the pub.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But look, I mean, you know, people love to have a good time, and I think opera is such a good time. And you know, we always love having a couple of beers at the pub. So why not make it a palmy, a pint, and some puccini?
Oh, I like that. That's a good line.
Thank you.
What was the catalyst for creating these opera in the pub events?
Yeah, well, look, we at State Opera, we really want to make opera as inclusive as possible and as accessible as possible. We think it's such an epic art form, and you know, it's been around for hundreds of years, and we want to take away that barrier for anyone who maybe hasn't seen an opera before, or for people who just love it as well. Come along to a pub. The ticket price is, you know, it's free. Just come and have your palmy and your pint, really, and enjoy, see how you go.
And now you've already done one opera in the pub at the Lion, was it last month? I think it was last month.
It was, yes, in May.
Yes, because I remember seeing some stuff on it online, and I got in touch and said, hi, I'd love to talk about this on the show. And the person who responded said, it's actually fully booked. So please don't, because we can't take anyone else. However, then they said, but because it's been so successful, we'll be doing more of it.
Yeah.
So how was that event at the Lion? How many people were there?
I think there were about 400 people there throughout the afternoon.
That's huge.
It was huge. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Everyone was having a really good time, which obviously made me very happy.
Yeah.
And we had, people there, like obviously my family who love opera. But then there were some Port Adelaide fans who, were just there to watch the football game, who'd never seen opera before and who, had a fabulous time and are apparently opera converts now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I have to get my port-loving husband down and check it out.
Absolutely.
Because I guess that's the thing. If you're not into opera or you don't know much about it or you've never seen it, it's really easy to dismiss it. It's really easy to say, that's too highbrow for me. It sounds a bit hoity-toity. Opera attending can be expensive as well, so you don't necessarily want to buy a ticket to something that's not tried and tested, that you're not going to enjoy. Although a lot of people buy tickets to the footy and don't always enjoy it.
Well, that's true, isn't it?
But it can be quite easy to dismiss opera if you're not already into it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what, we obviously I think that's a mistake because opera's fabulous. But that's why we really wanted to do this, just to really take away that barrier and just come and try it. And I do some really fun things, some really chaotic things.
Oh,
and
good. That's
there's
sounds like my life. Just chaotic fun.
Same. But there are some arias. I try and do quite a few in English. There's some in other languages, but I'll talk everyone through the story as well to really.
That's nice.
Yeah, I want to take away all the barriers and make it so that everyone can enjoy it as much as I do.
Okay. And do you sing? Only, excuse my language if I'm not using the right language, but do you sing only opera songs or do you sing songs that people would know but in an operatic way?
Well, that's a really good question. So I do only sing opera arias but there's quite a lot that people would already know, and that's one of the fun things that I like to do throughout the afternoon is relate a bunch of popular culture back to the arias. For example, O mio bambino caro, that a lot of people would know from movies such as Mr. Bean's Holiday, when, that scene where he's carrying the little boy when he's busking and he's got someone's jumper on his head and he's like lip singing to O mio bambino caro. And there's like a drinking song that's on every single ad for alcohol ever that everyone will just know. And it was so much fun seeing the penny drop moments from all of the audience members realizing, oh my gosh, I've seen this in The Princess Diaries, or this is in Pretty Woman, or Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, or something.
Oh, yeah. I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah.
We would probably all know more opera than we think we know.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Okay, now you're a soprano.
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means that I sing high.
Okay.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, okay, fun.
Yeah.
Is it something you always wanted to do growing up, or were you also in the school choir, but probably standing next to someone like me who was terrible, just like getting all the notes wrong, totally off key? You were just one of the really good ones.
I'm sure you weren't totally off key.
I'm glad you haven't heard me in the shower, but anyway.
Well, no, yeah, look, I mean, I have always wanted to perform. I really love storytelling and connection with people. It's what I'm most passionate about. But yes, I was in the school choir and I did have a lot of fun. Yes.
And is that where you discovered you were really good with high notes, or how did the soprano side come about?
You know what, that's such a good question. I don't know if I've ever
sorry,
even
I'm putting
thought
you on the
about
spot.
it. No, it's a really good question, actually. I think, probably when I was in choir in primary school, actually, we did... I participated in Festival of Music, which is, I believe, still going. Yeah,
yes.
huge.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, oh, I really like this song. I want to see if I can... but it's pretty high. I want to see if I can sing it. And... that note now is not necessarily high for me anymore, but I was like, oh, wow, I can actually sing this. And that was sort of where that began to develop.
Ah, and so then do you do lessons?
I do,
yes.
yes. I've been doing singing lessons since I was about 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned from some wonderful teachers here. My first singing teacher was Rosalind Martin, I think she still teaches at the Conservatorium. And then I trained in Brisbane at the Queensland Conservatorium, and I've worked with teachers in Sydney, Melbourne. I've just got back from New York, where I coached with someone from the Metropolitan Opera.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
How cool.
Yeah, lots of fun, lots of fun.
Well, I guess opera's the thing to take you around the world,
Yeah,
right?
it really is. It really is, yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, so we have 3 more opera in the pubs coming up.
We do indeed, yes.
Sunday, the 23rd of June, so that's this Sunday
This
at
Sunday.
the Saracen's Head.
Yes.
Which is in the city.
I think it might be sold out.
Oh,
I was told.
Oh, no, you're right. Yes, that one's sold out.
Yeah.
Okay, forget I said that,
I mean,
everyone.
you can still walk in.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Come and have a...
But there are 2 others. Sunday, the 21st of July at the Cremorne Hotel in Unley.
Yes.
There's still some tickets available there. And then Sunday, the 25th of August at the Alma Hotel in Norwood.
Yes.
Do you have to buy tickets?
You don't have to buy tickets, but I would recommend booking a table.
Oh, yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you've got somewhere to park while you have your palmy and your,
Yes,
pint.
palmy, pint and opera.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, Jessica, you're going to give us a little bit of a taste.
I am, yes.
I love this. I'm very excited.
Yes.
So you do what you've got to do. I have no idea how a soprano in the State Opera would prepare. I imagine it's much more in depth than how I prepare. There we go.
I'll just lift the microphone
Okay,
up.
yes, great.
There we go.
You do what you've got to do with the microphone. I've got some music here that I'm going to play, so you tell me when you're good to go.
Amazing.
And I'll hit play. And this is a little taste of what you might see if you did get along to Opera in the Pub. As I say, 21st of July at the Cremorne Hotel in Unley and 25th of August at the Alma Hotel in Norwood. Ready to go?
Absolutely, let's do
Okay,
it.
here we go.
Sempre libera di giro voleggiare di gioia in gioia, fu che scorra il viver mio nei sentieri del piacer, masca il giorno muoia, sempre lieta ne ritrovi
Oh my goodness, I've got goosebumps.
Thank you.
That was
thank
beautiful.
You. Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, I have no idea how you do that. That is amazing.
Thank you.
So incredible.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, so that's Jessica Mills. She's part of the State Opera. And if you want to hear that in a pub with a beer and a palmy, get along to one of the Opera in the Pub events coming up. Thank you so much for coming in, Jessica.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate your time.
Thanks.
It is 17 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. After this, I've got some more Turkey Tuesday calls, so get on the phone and nominate a turkey, 8223 0000.
Health, wellness and a happier you. Tune into the House of Wellness each week at the new time of 11 a.m. Sundays. Get the latest health news and trends to keep you feeling great. The House of Wellness, thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Now Sundays at 11 a.m. on Adelaide's 5AA.
Make this time of year less taxing with impressive savings on select Mercedes-Benz models, including A-Class sedan, C-Class sedan and CLA Coupe. Hurry, offers end June 30 at your authorised Mercedes-Benz retailer. T's and C's apply.
Do you click and collect at Coles like thousands of Aussies do? It's free. Choose a time that suits you and order by 2 p.m. for collection same day. Enjoy more free time with Coles. Minimum spend $50, excludes rapid click and collect. T's and C's apply.
The RFDS is the Royal Flying Doctors Service, and we know all about it. It airlifts 15 South Australians every day. 15 every day, speeding them to the life-saving surgery or specialist treatment they desperately need. It's an incredible and much-needed service that we are so lucky to have. So if you hear a plane flying overhead, remember it could be the Royal Flying Doctors Service on their way to help someone suffering a heart attack or a motor vehicle accident. They could be helping a new mum deliver a premature baby or providing life-saving support for anyone in need, no matter where they live, country or city. And you can help keep the Flying Doctor flying through your support. The Flying Doctor Service is able to purchase its flying intensive care units that care for 15 South Australians every day. For the people and the life you love, help keep the Flying Doctor flying. Donate today. Visit flyingdoctor.org.au.
Hey Gary, if I find my favourite power tool cheaper down the road, Toolkit Depot will beat it?
Yep, they'll beat any competitor's price.
Can't beat that.
Nope.
Seen it cheaper? We'll beat it. That's our price beat promise. T's and C's apply. Toolkit Depot. Everything you need to get the job done.
We've all been feeling cost of living pressures. That's why the Australian government is bringing in tax cuts from the 1st of July. They're for the drivers delivering the veggies and the people buying them. For the people working in offices and the tradespeople building them. For nurses saving lives and the teachers shaping them. They're tax cuts for every taxpayer. Visit taxcuts.gov.au to find out how the 1st of July tax cuts will benefit you. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
At SEW Eurodrive, we're a global leader, bringing decades of expertise in designing, developing and manufacturing cutting-edge drive technology to help keep industry constantly moving. We also believe your investment must be supported beyond the initial purchase. This is why our extensive service offering includes our 24-hour emergency breakdown hotline to help get you up and running in times of crisis. SEW Eurodrive, driving Australian industry since 1982.
Hi, it's Jane Riley. Fashion is a passion for me, but keeping up with trends that last 5 minutes is exhausting. If you prefer classic styles that never go out of date, go where I go, Sydney Street. For 35 years, this iconic SA fashion store has helped mums and daughters find their timeless style, and with over 60 quality brands on their racks, finding your fit is effortless. See the new stock at Sydney Street on Unley Road. Shop online at sydneystreet.com.au.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
It is 14 minutes to 4 here on 5AA, and it's Turkey Tuesday. So if you've got a turkey and you want to nominate them, you could win a Turkey Flat Vineyards Rosé in a can. I've got a case to give away to the best caller today. Phil is in Bellevue Heights and has a turkey to nominate. Hello, Phil.
Hi, Stacey. I've actually got two turkeys.
Oh, okay.
And that goes to those two that were standing in front of that journalist when Albo was talking. You know, I mean, they didn't get a basting, so I don't know why.
Yeah, the two, what do we call them? Chinese, I don't know. Well, they're not ambassadors.
Sorry?
They work in the Chinese embassy in Canberra. They were standing in front of Chung Lei.
Yeah. Just ban what they are.
Yeah.
I won't say anything impolite.
No, thank you. I do appreciate that, Phil. I would not want to dump you on air.
Good on you.
Thanks for the call, Phil.
Thanks. Enjoy the show.
Thank you. That's Phil in Bellevue Heights. If you've got a turkey that you want to nominate, give me a call, 8223 0000. It's going to be hard to beat Debbie, though. It's time for Turkey Tuesday. Debbie is in Semaphore. Hello, Debbie.
Well, my husband, last night he cooked curry sausages and he put 2 tablespoons of curry, not 2 teaspoons.
Oh!
So it was like...
Oh, poor Debbie. Or poor Debbie's husband. He's been nominated. I reckon he's Turkey of the Week. Debbie in Semaphore, congratulations. You sat through 2 tablespoons of curry powder in your curried sausages, so the least I could do is give you a beautiful turkey flat rosé to wash it down. Your husband has won Turkey of the Week. That is great. We've all done that before, haven't we? We've all made that mistake. I haven't nominated my husband for Turkey of the Week yet. I'm going to try and keep it a Ben-free zone, but a few weeks ago he did something very similar to Debbie's husband. He made some bolognese, and I don't know what he put in it, but it was sweet. We both ate it. We sat down to eat, and I took a spoonful, and I went, And he sort of looked at me, and I looked at him, and I was like, is it a bit sweet? And he said, yeah, why is it sweet? And we worked out he put too much tomato paste in there. And so then we tried every trick in the book to make it not so sweet, and it just made it worse. We put a bit of lemon juice, and for some reason we put a bit of sour cream, and then we put more cheese and more pepper, and whatever we did just made it so much worse. We've all been there. We've all made a little mistake with our cooking. But I think, Debbie, your husband takes the cake today. You have won a case of Turkey Flat Vineyards Rosé in eco-friendly cans. Drink responsibly, of course, but you will enjoy drinking it responsibly because it is absolutely delicious. It's my favourite rosé, and it comes in a can now, which is even better, especially if you just like a little weeknight tipple. Once or twice a week. Not too much. I'm not encouraging too much drinking, but it means you don't have to open the bottle. It is great. Oh, I've got a text here from Helen, 0448 08 1395. Stacey, just magnificent. I'm booking now. That's Helen in Glenelg. She's getting along to Opera in the Pub. Oh, that was amazing, hearing from Jessica Mills earlier, and soprano in the State Opera. Oh, her voice. That is stunning. I'm going to try that in the shower tonight, see how I go. I think I'll break the windows. You know, when the glass shatters, I reckon that'll happen to me. Oh, Len. Oh, I might not read your turkey out yet. I might put your turkey suggestion to our very own Stephen Rowe when he comes into the studio very soon. I'll talk to Stephen Rowe in just a moment. Also today, I just want to recap for anyone who missed the earlier news. There has been a decision on interest rates today. The RBA has announced it is leaving interest rates on hold for another month, so staying at the current cash rate of 4.35%. We heard earlier from the business editor on Sky News, Ross Greenwood, who was telling us what the RBA was looking at when it made these decisions.
Two little headlines in this statement today worth just reading out. One says inflation remains above target and is proving persistent. So again, that shows that the Reserve Bank is vigilant. The second one says the outlook remains highly uncertain. Well, you don't have to be either a central banker. You can be a business or you can be a household, and you'd know that the outlook is certainly uncertain right now. But the reality is that it appears the markets have reacted to there being no acceleration of the language of the Reserve Bank.
And Andrew Clennell, who's the political editor at Sky News, was talking about the timing of this decision. And then if everyone's tipping that we're not going to get an interest rate reduction this year, and it could potentially be into the early months of next year, what implication is that going to have politically?
We don't see any move at all for up to a year. And that's also plays into the election timing thing. I think that's the most likely outcome. You can see from the attitude of the Reserve Bank, Tom, we've seen 7 months without a move in rates and just one hike in 12 months now, since last June. That was so there was a hike in June and a hike.
So there you go. That's Andrew Clennell, Sky News political editor. 8223 0000 is the number to call to have your say on interest rates or anything we've been talking about here on the program today. We started by talking to opposition leader David Spears, who gave his budget response today. He says if the Liberals are elected, he will invest up to $2 million to hold a royal commission into nuclear energy in the state. And I said, well, didn't we already do that? And he said, yes, but enough time has passed and he thinks it's time to do it again. What do you think about that? 8223 0000 is the number to call. And Sandra in Glengarry has given me a call. Hi, Sandra.
Hi, Stacey. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. I think I've got I can solve your problem with it. Was it too much salt or too much curry?
Debbie had too much curry powder. Well, Debbie's husband put too much curry powder on his curried
and
sausages.
Your husband put too much salt.
Well, yeah, but... go on, tell me.
If you add potatoes, cut up potatoes, put them in small pieces so they cook quickly, if you put that into anything, they will absorb the salt. And then you can leave them in the pasta sauce. That doesn't. I used to make pasta sauce with peas and potatoes in it, or cauliflower and potatoes. But it will probably work for the curry too, I think. That would absorb the curry.
I wonder,
the excess curry.
I wonder what the science behind that is. Does it mute the flavours a bit? It sort of absorbs it.
So I think it just absorbs the excess. You know, it absorbs flavours very easily, and for some reason it just absorbs the salt and become. You know, the more potato you put in, the more salt you'll absorb.
Oh, that's a great
And it would
tip.
make it much more palatable.
And you know what I like about that as well?
What's that?
More carbs.
Yeah.
I mean, putting
Well.
potato on your pasta sounds great to me.
Yeah. It's not for me. I've got type 1 diabetes.
Oh, okay.
So it's not good for me, but it does, I know it does work with salt. And I reckon it would work with curry too.
Okay, all right. Oh, that's a great tip, Sandra. Thank you. You know what? I'm going to give you a Wallace Cinemas Family Pass for your contribution today.
Oh, thank you very much. That'd be great.
I appreciate the tip. So you can catch a movie this
You're
week.
welcome.
Mitcham, Mount Barker, Piccadilly, Noarlunga,
Mitcham's
wallace.com.au.
great. Yeah, Mitcham's great. I love Mitcham.
Yes. Oh,
Sunday afternoon, Devonshire tea.
Oh, stop it, Sandra. Now you're talking.
I know.
Thanks for the call, Sandra. Have a great night.
No worries. Thank you.
See ya.
You too.
That's
Bye.
Sandra in Glengowrie. Speaking of turkeys, Stephen Rose just walked in.
Funny.
You were nominated this week.
Oh, was I?
Yeah. Can I read you this text?
Please.
It's Turkey Tuesday, so I have Turkey of the Week.
I don't mind that.
Len, hi Stacey, my Turkey of the Week is Stephen Rowe. Gobble gobble for bagging Graham Goodings over the Crows' poor performance. Gobble gobble.
I didn't. When did I do that?
That's from Len.
Who was that? Len, get your facts right. Switch your ears on. Tell me when I bagged Graham Goodings.
Didn't you say something bricky on Monday? Or?
Oh, I might have bagged everyone. Is he a happy clapper, is he? He thinks the club's going well, is he?
I
This
don't
bloke.
know.
What's his name again?
Len.
Len.
Yes.
You're insignificant to me, mate. Crows have a 4-day break.
Yeah.
Okay, they've got the bye. So Scotty Campriale will give us a bit of a mid-year review.
Oh, goodness. Are you ready for
apparently
it?
CEO Tim Silvers is doing a review of sorts. Now, most clubs do it this time of year when they have a break. Got to find out the what, the why, the where, the how. What was that bloke's name again?
Len.
Because he's so insignificant to me, I forgot his name. Len, your club's 15th on the ladder. Just saying.
Yeah.
You're
Your club
15th.
too.
Oh, I love them. They're my club. And you know, it's a bit like having a naughty kid. You don't like hitting them, but you have to. Why are you doing that?
We're not
face?
getting into that.
Into what?
No, we're not. We don't have time to get into smacking. It's not a debate for
God.
today.
But why we all roll our eyes? You're allowed to smack a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay.
You've locked up, haven't you, Stacey? I love locking you up.
Yeah, you do.
I call it a cauliflower ear, just a smack right across the lamb chops.
Oh my goodness.
On the port front, we'll speak to Senior Assistant Josh Carr. Sounds like it's the same problems, the same people, and the same excuses. We need the reasons for all that, and Josh will give that to us. It's a big show. We'll see you after 4.
All right.
What's that bloke's name again?
Len.
I'm going to write that on the back of my hand.
Len. All
See
right.
ya.
Sounds good. Rowie and Timmy G will smack you around after 4, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
When Adelaide needs to know, 5AA News.
Safety on the freeway is back in the spotlight after